They said we keeping it real with Wanda B. Oh, she for real, keeping it real with Wanda B. All including no confusion. But he said, she said, clearing up the drama with Wanda.
Wow. Hey, it is me, Wanda B, and you are listening to He Said, She Said on IntellectualRadio.com. It is Sunday, y'all. Woohoo!
Sunday fun day.
Sunday fun day. Spring is on its way. I feel it. I can feel it in the air. Can you feel it, Nemia?
No, it's Chicago. It is snowing
It is
tomorrow.
beautiful.
Let's see what the weather is going to be for the week. I don't trust it at all.
You can't trust it in Chicago, but it's beautiful out.
I see snow. Well, there's still, like last night I went home and there was frost on the grass. So we're not out.
It's still beautiful. I feel spring here. I love that the time went back, even though I missed my hour.
That the time went back, and I'm always an hour late for like a month because
hour
like in the middle of the day. So yesterday I leave my parents' house and I'm thinking, oh, clearly it's 4:00. It was 6:00. Where did 5:00 go? Like where?
How? You don't lose whole hours. You like lost
hour.
It.
Like
you missed the whole hour.
And my mom was like, "Don't leave," and I'm like, "No, I'm going home." So then my friends were like, "Let's go out to eat." So I went out for dessert. And when I come home, I'm like, how is it midnight? It was just 7:00. Now it's midnight.
You
like
keep
how?
losing them over and over again. It doesn't work that way.
Over and over again. So I am not with the hour.
You're not with losing hour.
No.
But I like that it gets dark. Wait, later. So
which makes me lose the hour because mentally I'm thinking it's earlier than what it is.
Actually,
so I'm thinking, oh, it's 3:00 and it's 6.
I love it
because the sun is blazing.
This episode of He Said, She Said is brought to you by Allstate. Whether you need auto, home, or life insurance, I want you to give Sal a call at 708-599-5100, 708-599-5100. Tell Sal I sent you. Why don't you get a new quote for your car? Get a new quote. Also, I have some other news I'm going to bring to you, some other things I'd like for you to do as we talk about the races and the mayoral races and the things like that. Wait, I didn't introduce you. N-Dot's here with me.
Hey, y'all.
Nemia, better known as N-Dot, affectionately known as N-Dot, here for you guys. She's here on the panel. The he's and the she's. We don't have a he today. So Facebook, I want the he's. I know there's some he's out there.
There's plenty. Some folks I'm hoping is still asleep.
Oh, we're not gonna name names. Wake up, he's wake up and give us your take on the horoscopes. That's our topic for today. We're talking love signs. Or let me also hear what sign you really like you all gel really well. I would like to hear about your signs, the zodiac signs, which ones you like, which ones you don't like. We have this group, He Said, She Said, on Facebook. If you're on social media, please join our group. We talk about the same topics we talk about here. We have fun. Sometimes we get into it sometimes. Sometimes I had to take a hiatus because I had to say, let me get off of here. I'll be on there all day debating back and forth. We have very beautiful debates about all different kinds of things. Beautiful, heartfelt, intense debates. Sometimes it's fun and light.
Yeah.
Our whole goal for He Said, She Said is to help mend the relationships between men and women. Let us understand each other, express ourselves, be heard. Because a lot of times I think we feel like we're not heard or the other sex doesn't hear us. And so we're trying to bridge that gap. Earlier, I heard someone say, or actually they said it to me, that when men try to talk, a lot of times women deflect and turn the thing. So I think we're just really trying to just really give a platform for everyone to express themselves in a healthy manner. So
absolutely.
But today we're going to talk about horoscopes. So
let me just tell Wanda, it's going to snow tonight. In fact, there's expected burst of snow flurries.
It's spring. Shut up.
Tonight.
Oh, I'm not supposed to say shut up. My kids say that's a bad word. Hush. Be quiet, Nina.
It all means the same thing. So you still cursed in your mind.
My kids not supposed to say shut up. And I was like, yeah. And I used to not say it. Somehow it came back. So hush. No. Shh. It is springtime. I felt it. I went outside today and I was like, it is spring.
So
I don't care if
yesterday
it snows.
fooled me though, because it was beautiful. And it started off
But
as
it was
a
cold.
beautiful day. It was cold as heck yesterday. I was cold all day yesterday.
But it was
because
spring.
I got food.
Well,
Food
yesterday
and
I had to go downtown and
good luck. How was
first
that?
time ever being caught downtown with the Irish parade, and it was ridiculous. I was like, whoa.
I wonder how much the city spends on cleanup and police
Had to
protection
spend a ton
for the
millions.
drunkards.
Because and horse poop, because the cleanup of horse poop, I was dodging turds everywhere. I
Yeah.
said, this is not fun. I didn't want to bring anything home on my shoe that I didn't want to smell.
Absolutely
It was
crazy.
and just it was packed with people.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
So I don't do drunk. Can I say white people?
Can we say that? This is IntellectualRadio.com, and the views of he said, she said is not that.
I'm
of
just uncomfortable
IntellectualRadio.com.
being outside of my comfort zone with other people drunk.
And masses of them. I'm telling you, I
Yeah.
needed to walk across Michigan Avenue Bridge, and it was so crowded. And I stopped, and I said, "You can do it. You can walk through them. Just push." Then I said, "Well, what
No.
if they stop and then I get caught?" And I was like, and I really had to find a whole nother way around.
And there's no regard for you being a human being, like a flesh human being walking. They think
Not on St. Patrick's Day.
Right through you. Like, no, you can't walk through me. I'm not gonna move. So
And that's how it was.
I
And
just stay away from everything.
I decided I needed to get creative, get where I needed to go on time, but I was going to work through this. As we talk about election day, and we are going to get into our topic, but hopefully you guys are throwing down. I want to hear your horoscope sign. So as you're chiming in on Facebook, share the broadcast and tell me your zodiac sign, which one you like, which one you don't like, who is your perfect love match, if you know which one that is. And I want to talk about real quick the race for mayor, but one in particular, the one in Park Forest. John Vanderbilt, he's a fourth generation Park Forester, and he's the current Park Forest Village trustee. And he is running for election in Park Forest. And he wants to make it his priority to ease high property taxes in Park Forest, lower water bills, replace old infrastructure, and support the schools in Park Forest. He will be bold, fiscally responsible, and prepare for the next generation. He wants you to cast your vote for him and cast your vote to elect John Vanderbilt, the next mayor of Park Forest. And he's endorsed by the Chicago Federation of Labor and paid for by the citizens to elect Jonathan Vanderbilt for mayor of Park Forest. So as you guys check him out, do your research. Don't just vote for certain people because people tell you to. Hopefully you do your research and find out who's best for you and your family.
Yeah.
Not just who is not this or that. The mayor for Chicago is going on, and
which is a historical race. But not only that, so I don't know, where was I yesterday, and we were discussing, like, Illinois right now is the model child of change. We have so many women, Black women, that are in high official roles, especially in the Chicagoland area, that are legit running the city. So yesterday, I had the pleasure of sitting on the panel with Polished Pebbles for their career day, and our guest speaker was Attorney General Kim Foxx.
Oh, I love Kim
Foxx. And so she was just saying how, like, women have infiltrated these high seats throughout the state and especially in the city, and it's a good look. It really is a good look right now. So we are on the cusp of greatness. But I mean, it doesn't mean that I know some people will be like, well, you can't just vote on
because she's a woman,
but you get to see that table. I've said that before. But like it's a big thing that's about to happen April 2nd, but it's one of those things that you still need to be responsible. Don't rely that you don't have to go vote because either way a Black woman is going to win. You want to make sure that the candidate that shares your best interest at heart is the candidate that actually gets that seat.
I totally agree. I think this is the most opportune time for blacks to show that we can come out and show our numbers. Because if we
Yes.
sit back, it's actually the look. It's not the look. I think we want to. We want to show our power. I think we need to
Yes.
show them that we have power
Yep.
and that we have the numbers and there's power in numbers. And this is the perfect time to prove that. But don't one beautiful thing is either way they're both black, but
Right.
really choose who is, like you said, best for your life, best for, and not against this or this, really what they bring to the table. But I hope that we also know
What we want, what
what
we
we want
need,
and what we
and
need.
who are the people that actually make those decisions. So if you're in an alderman area, a ward that does not have that you're in a runoff, you should really be showing up at these ward symposiums to find out which alderman best suits your needs. Real talk, the alderman runs the city. So
More
like,
so than even, or
yes,
what directly affects you on an everyday
absolutely.
basis.
They're more
You're
tangible. You're
garbage.
garbage. We had standing water on our block for as long as I lived there, up until last year. And so I was at another event and I ran into our alderman and then our
What ward are you
water
in?
person, eighth.
Okay.
Our water person was there, and I don't know if it was because I said something or anyone else, but I just know magically the in 2 weeks our water had been worked on and we no longer have standing sewage water, which was the issue. It's not that it's just water standing year round, but imagine
Sewage water?
getting out of your car and you drop your purse in this disgusting, which I've dropped my purse, I've dropped my phone, and it smells. So yeah, make sure you're involved in that. And just to show you how much power we have, if you're paying attention nationally, the 2020, all the Democrats, the big buzz question is, where do you stand on reparations? Because it's a question that's being posed out there to divide us, but they know that it's an important issue, a hot button issue that will either cause black voters to support or turn away and say, no, I'm not going to vote for that person. So that just shows you just a little bit of how much power we have, and just take that in, taste that, and use it. Let's rally what our causes are going to be, especially in this city. I mean,
I
we've
think
all been impacted by poor decision making in regards to our mayor. And so
I
don't
totally
just
agree.
rely on the hearsay that Rom didn't do this. Know what he didn't do and what are you willing to hold your next
Mayor
mayor
accountable
accountable
for.
for.
And honestly, I've heard many shows here on intellectualradio.com, and please feel free to listen to, or please, I know you feel free, but take an extra step sometimes to maybe listen to some of the other shows, because some that is their whole show is
But
about
listen to us too.
politics, and listen to us too though. Okay. But what I've heard a lot of on intellectualradio.com lately is us coming up with agendas and even asking in advance of these two candidates
Yes.
of what we'd like to see with the power of our vote, maybe asking for what we like. What are you really going to do
What are you
for
willing
us?
to, it's not enough to just say you're tired of school closing. So what are you willing to say? What are you willing to put on the table for, because the schools are closed. So now it's, what do we do with these buildings? And my candidate is no longer on the roster, but it was Amara, and Amara's plan was to reuse these areas, rent them out, and make the revenue that was brought in from renting or selling that space, a percentage goes right back into that community. And that's how you get your money, your dollars circled right back into your communities. Unfortunately, we don't we don't know what to ask for and how to ask for it. So it's definitely a learning process, and just start on a smaller level. I've been on my alderman's case, like, when's your next meeting? When's your next community meeting?
Michelle is
Yeah,
yours.
yeah.
Yeah.
When's your next community meeting? I would like to come. I signed up to volunteer, so now I'm on the mailing list when something happens. What's wrong with your website? Why hasn't it been updated? Just little things like that to let them know that somebody's watching.
I love it. Mark Quinn said, "Vote smart." Exactly, Mark. Not just go out and vote, but I would do want you to go out and vote. But like you said, vote smart.
Vote
Take
smart.
take a moment, and I like that you're active, not just saying I want change or I'm tired of this, but actively getting involved so you're part of the process. And
Yeah.
then you know exactly when someone says, well, Rom didn't do anything. What did you want him to do? So we can now ask
What could
these
he
two coming
possibly
up,
do?
what you'd like to see? What do we plan on asking for? If we vote for you, do you plan on doing this?
Yes. I was watching and social media is good to an extent, but I was watching, I believe it's the Fifth Ward. The gentleman that was a part of getting the videos, Callaway.
William
Him
Callaway.
and the current alderman had a debate. And so
Leslie Harrison.
yes. And so she kept saying, well, I got my constituents said that they wanted a grocery store. So I got the grocery store. I mean, the building is there, the sign is there, but there is not a grocery store that is open on 71st and Jeffrey. And it's not a viable, it's a save a lot. Like, ma'am, who is purchasing? I mean, if you have to, if you must, but you have the opportunity to get a more viable grocery store in that area. So it's like, girl, yeah, technically you got a grocery store rented, but no, it's not fully functioning. So you just got to be aware of little stuff like that.
We have to be aware and be active, and especially when it affects our children, our lives, our health. Having a grocery store.
We had a Charter Fitness, and I live in the South Shore area. There was a Charter Fitness on 71st and Jeffrey for like 2 months.
That's it.
It took them almost a year to even open. And it was there legit. And I'm sorry, it was probably there for the summer. And then I finally was like, okay, I'm going to go to the Charter Fitness, and it is gone.
But I bet you a kidney dialysis will open up and there'll be 6 of them in the neighborhood.
Absolutely.
And versus us. And I really hope that as we, like you said, as we look at these races, and the aldermanic races are important, and just like you say, also more, not that the mayor isn't important, but what directly affects us on a daily, everyday basis.
Absolutely.
Will be those races. And so that's huge. Now Michelle, she won hers though outright. So she doesn't have a so, but look into yours and see what's happening and what's going on. Mine, I believe he won. I should know this, but I think he did. I'm in the 19th ward, and I don't see Matt O'Shea losing it. So, but check yours out and be a part of it, and don't stand for business as usual like the Leslie Harrisons that I've had it for 30 years and I should just keep
me because I've been here for 30 years. Like, ma'am, you've been here for 30 years and people don't know who you are. and it's a huge position. It used to be where the role of the alderman was kind of like the president of the block club. They just made sure that's how connected they were in the community. It wasn't like a really paid position. It was more volunteer. These suckers make 6 figures. 6. And she still has another job.
Oh, besides
she's still an active practicing lawyer.
So check those. Please look into it. Like Marquin said, vote smart.
Vote smart.
We want you to get out there and vote, but besides that, vote smart. You're listening to IntellectualRadio.com. This is He Said, She Said, and we are going to talk about zodiac signs. We said we're going to keep it light and fun for this fun day, Sunday. And Marquin, you said Scorpio. Did you say Scorpio? Is that the sign that so what if I just realized, so our dear super producer threw out Geminis. He said if Geminis is a sign that he just
legit, I'm not even considering Geminis, and Leo has been added to that list. They're both kind of like on the same caliber of crazy, which is funny. There's only one Gemini I know who is not crazy, and that's my mom. Her personality is even killed, but she's shy. But I have a cousin who will, 5 minutes with her and you'll be like, yep, she is a Gemini. She'll tell you she's crazy as heck. She runs hot and cold completely. I had a coworker who was a Gemini, and I'm Sagittarius. And we legit, we were in a meeting and he was upset, and we laugh about it now. He threw a file at me and I mean, we had a intense moment, but later I was like, "What's your sign?" And he was like, "Gemini." I was like, "That's why we are fire and ice." Like,
I think
no.
was bad. But I will say Tucson said that Leos are pretty much gods in human
Tucson is a
form.
Leo, and now it makes sense. Tucson, me and you have been gridlocked on quite a few issues this week, and this morning I was like, "Oh, how could I ever forget? He's a Leo. He's crazy." We love you here.
That that is funny. So I have two Gemini children, a girl and a boy. So it's
Oh,
like my my daughter is probably like your mom though. She's very so I wonder if male and female are different in signs because my daughter's very even keel. She doesn't nothing ruffles her feathers. She doesn't get all involved and that
okay.
very it is what it is and she does not and I don't and maybe if she has that twin side it's quiet. She goes from she'll just be
She
quiet.
runs hot and cold.
But her,
She's like, I'm not even about to be bothered with
well,
it.
she
She's
doesn't want to be
unbothered.
bothered. She's unbothered, but
Okay.
not necessarily. She doesn't give it like a crazy. If it is, maybe it's with her boyfriend. But family wise, she's always been the cool one. Now my son is a little different, so I wonder if the men are different. He does have
You're right.
little sweet kid, very sweet though. Gemini's are very sweet that I know, but I can see the
I
other
wish I would have
side.
brought my book. I have this book called The Black Love Signs. So whenever I'm kind of smitten by a guy, I'll pull it
You
out to kind of see.
Black love signs are different than white ones.
Oh, well, according to
We're
this
only
book,
black. We
like,
only know.
yeah, it's from a black perspective. It's an old book, so you can get it like on Amazon for like $3 or something
Oh,
like
I'm gonna
that.
get that book.
But and it's always it makes for a good
Leos are
conversation
chiming in. Leos are chiming in.
because they crazy. Leos are
He's
Geminis in disguise. Like they're a Gemini 2.0. They are crazy. But so my experience with a Gemini, I mean, well, not Gemini, a Leo like Gemini run hot and cold, but a Gemini will stick it out and still interact on their hot and cold. A Leo will be like, "Hey, I'm having a good time with you today, Wanda. Let's have fun, blah, blah, blah." And you won't hear from them for a month. And then they'll be like, "Okay, so I didn't call you for a month, but I still enjoy your company. So let's, no need to even discuss." And you're like, "Are you crazy?" So now all of my Leo friends, I'm always like, "Okay, I'll just take you when you come around,
I
I
have
guess."
not met a female. Oh, yeah, I said that right. The word female
The
has
word
been so
female
like,
is
but I'm meaning
intense.
male versus a
Yeah.
woman versus a man. So female in this case is the correct female.
Yeah.
I haven't met a female Leo that I don't like. I absolutely love every single one of them I've met. It's weird. I love now the men. I understand.
Now, so the one sign that I know off the back of my hand that I do have good relationship with are Tauruses. Taurus, and what's this month is Pisces.
Every sign is saying they rule the world. Marquin said, I don't care what anyone says. Scorpios rule the world. So
I'm looking up zodiac compatibilities.
yeah, I have an app on my phone. I don't have my phone with me, but there's an app.
I do have an app.
So I don't find I like my own sign in the male version of me. I like them. It should be careful, but
Right.
I like I just not in a dating way.
Okay.
Not in a dating way. Just maybe too similar. But friends, very very nice people. But my own sign, I don't. Maybe I see myself and I'm like, oh,
So I have dated a Sagittarius, and
you're a Sagittarius.
I'm a Sagittarius, and they're another sign that I will not date. So
that's what I
Gemini,
mean. Yeah.
Leo, and male
You
Sagittarius.
keep adding them. It's only
So
12,
it's
right?
three. Yeah, the three.
It's
These
only
are my
12
three.
signs.
So in this order, I'm not dealing with a Gemini. I'm not dealing with the Leo, and I'm not dealing with a male Sag. Now, the male Sag, that was probably one of the best relationships in my adult life. Like, I absolutely love that guy. However, it was the most emotionally traumatic relationship in my life too, because we're likable people. So it was not by coincidence that we loved each other, but then it was like he had like all, like everybody loved him. All his girlfriends loved him when everything came out the bag. And so all the girlfriends, including me. So yeah, I would not deal with it.
Is it fair though to have one relationship with one sign and then write them all off based on that interaction with one sign?
Yep.
Yes.
I get a 2-sign minimum. I like, if I meet 2 people and they're both like consistent, I'm done.
What I've noticed, and there's tons of Leos. The Leos are coming out. The lions are out today. With Leos, 2 signs said with Leos, there are no gray area. Either you hate us or you love us. I'm cool with that. I like Geminis. At Gemini's, when I did my compatibility, is supposed to be like the best sign for Aquariuses. It's supposed to
I think mine is Aries. What month is it? Like, so
April,
April,
late March.
So now Aries. I need to be on the prowl to see like who birthday coming up, like who I'm wishing happy birthday to. Send them
their birthdays are coming
DM.
Up.
Hey,
Aries. I like Leos, I do, but I do know. I mean, they're definitely big ego people. They live up to being their sign,
and every last one of them are checking in.
Very big ego. So you just have to know
they roar.
They roar. They definitely do. Do I have a sign I won't date? I think I'm going to be open, but I hate that I'm always looking for the characteristics of something negative, and I don't like that.
So I have a friend who's adamant, if you're not now, I'm not very strict or anything. Like, if you tell me your sign, I'm like, oh, okay. I barely know who falls under what month. I just know like the 3 signs and kind of like keep a good eye out. But I have a friend that's like, no, she will not exchange a number. She's not going.
There's
like,
people that swear by it.
She swears by it. Sag and Leo are compatible. My mama and daddy was Sag and Leo. They was crazy, but they lasted. See?
Does lasted mean that it's good though? Because people can last and actually not be good.
She just gave him all the grace that Sagittarius has come to the table with, because they need all the grace. All the grace.
You have to give them all the grace.
Yes.
Well, maybe you and 2 can find a way. Give each other.
That's why we good people. We will. 2 and I will be old people. He'll be chewing snuff because I'm not gonna chew snuff. I'm gonna make him chew snuff, and we gonna be friends. And we'll be talking about. Remember that old Facebook forever. But he drives me crazy.
So
he's a Leo.
The signs, and I mean, I know there's bigger meaning behind the signs and the languages and things like that, but
so Valencia said there's more to it, that there's the personality that goes along with it. That's what we've been kind of saying too. So help us out, Valencia. What are some of the characteristics or personality piece of zodiac signs that we're missing?
So, but when you say that, so you're saying leave. Are you saying, so the comment by Valencia was horoscopes are only a piece of it, you're still missing the personality piece. Are you saying that personalities are not tied to their signs, or that there are certain characteristics that truly go with that zodiac sign? And there are some things that I would say, personality traits that are very indicative of certain signs. And I try to go, okay, well, I try to be totally open blank when I meet someone, but I don't know if subconsciously I'm still looking for those little traits to come out. But there does seem to be certain personality traits of certain signs. And I was married to a Scorpio. I don't know whether that's a good or bad thing.
Taurus personality, they are take charge, which is why I don't mind working collaboratively. One of my good girlfriends is a Taurus, and when we are planning something, I trust she's going to get it done. Like, she is to take it by the rein, plan it out, tell me when and where to be that. For Sagittarius, we are very kind of hug trees. Like, we're focused at the moment, but then we'll drift off and get focused on something else and forget that we had started a project over here, and then we'll make our way back. So just staying on task we're really kind of,
I'm like that, so.
Out there people. So and it's very indicative of my personality too. Like, I will go to anything. I'll go experience things, and I enjoy an adventure. I don't like constraints too much. So like having a job where they're telling me what to do in the moment all the time was just not in my cards.
So Kelly Renee says she almost killed a Taurus. Was that a Taurus? It went away. She said there are certain characteristics that are. My comments are running too fast. So
Okay.
go back and find those for me, Nina.
And now Kelly said there are certain characteristics that are zodiac specific. Two says the zodiac is the basis of the universal law of the character and law. The characteristics are real. If we can be oblivious to environment and culture. Ruffin says, I don't have a Leo ego. I am just better than myself. That is so funny.
Hence your ego. Thank you.
Yes. And then Tucson agrees with me that Sagittarius are aloft as hell. Like, I mean, if you get me on the team, I'm in it and I'm excited. But you have to tap into that energy while it bursts. If you let it fizzle out, I am not really good with just kind of reigniting again. So it's either I'm all in or not.
I have to do more study on my sign. I really don't know enough about it, or I do read it, but kind of half follow and half entertainment. And so I don't pay.
Well, my friend that's a Taurus, we drive her crazy because her 3 best girlfriends were all Sagittarius. So when she's trying to like get us, and her mom is a Sagittarius. So when she's trying to get us to plan a birthday dinner, as every year I'm always planning a birthday party. Ask me how many birthday parties I've had. 1. And every year, legit, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have a birthday party. And I'm like, maybe not. I'm not that excited about it anymore.
I've read that Aquarius are hard not is it standoffish or hard to get to know. I have to read that out. In fact, let's go look that up as we speak.
Well, that's what you look them up, and then I'll keep up with
please do
the comments because I'm trying to go back and forth and I keep losing the comments. Hey Nina, love you, beautiful. Hey Nate, Nate is checking in all the way from New York
too.
Kelly, you're a Leo too?
I'm asking because she said Leos are awesome, and usually people say the zodiac that they are awesome. So I'm asking, is she a Leo? Valencia, I know, is a Capricorn. That's not ego, that's confidence. Y'all confuse Leo knowing you are the dookie is different than pretending you are the dookie. I don't think ego means you're pretending either, though. I think you can have ego, and everybody, I guess, looks at ego as being negative all the time, and I don't see ego isn't always negative, is it?
It's not always negative, but I didn't just say that they're as never wrong. Yeah. So there's this humility that comes with like ego, and Leos are like, no.
I do think there are Leos. What did I just say? Leos. I was mixing Leo and egos who actually are cognizant of that, probably.
Yeah.
So you probably would have to be aware of that, but definitely confident. I definitely know most Leos to be confident. But then,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
So Valencia says sometimes zodiacs are used as excuses for I am what I am, but I disagree. I totally agree with that. Like, you are not what your zodiac. It doesn't give you a pass for. Like we were just saying with Leos, if we say that they are confident, that doesn't give you a pass to be a jerk.
Right. And
blaming it like, no, that's just my Leo
I agree
ego.
that some people, but people do that in general. I don't even know if that's a zodiac sign thing, or maybe it is of certain zodiac signs, though, that they use anything about their personality to say it is what it is. But that would be a very good thing that verifies why you can have this disposition, because I'm this. I'm an Aquarius, so I get to be this way. Well, no, you don't get to
be. You don't get to be a jerk. So I have a friend who actually does relationship counseling, and she
based on
also
zodiac signs?
uses zodiac signs. So we did put the invite for her to come out. So she's just looking at her schedule to see when she can. But she uses zodiac compatibility
How
characteristics.
cool is that?
She's into like now I see a lot more people are in tune with like solar moon eclipse, all of this, like where the moon is rising, setting, and all of that. So she uses all of that as part of her counseling. So it's
So,
pretty cool.
Tucson, what is your wife? What zodiac sign is your wife? I'd like to know that. Is that
And let us know. Everyone's telling us their zodiac signs. Tell us what you're most compatible with too,
if you right, if
or
you
and the
know
ones you steer clear from.
your experience with you, which ones are compatible? I'd like to know that too. No, well, excuse me. I know a super producer.
What's your sign, super producer Earl?
He's a Leo. May I have water, please?
Earl, you're a Leo? I take everything back. Well, Earl is probably the only Leo. He's the exception. I've never had a disagreement moment where I'm like, oh, Earl makes my skin crawl.
That's why I said I do believe that.
Yes, please.
I do believe that some, and then my best friend, she's a Leo.
Drink the water, Wanda,
Drink the
because
water. I'm choking.
I don't want you to. You turning red in the face. I'm getting nervous.
You know the Heimlich.
I don't know if that's
need
gonna
the
work on a
Heimlich.
dry cough. So, thank you.
And her confidence, or it is what actually what I like about her, because it's not. She feels she's good, but she doesn't feel she's better than.
Okay.
And not so good that but very confident in herself, and I like that confidence in her, but it's never that she puts someone down or with that. I don't know. Now some people may feel that way.
Okay.
But I do think that some carry it differently, and that's probably just how we're raised make a difference in our zodiac sign.
I think all of that plays a role. Like I don't think that any zodiac sign is a definite blueprint of the personality that the person is going to inherit. Like my cousin is carrying a possible Gemini right now. We're all nervous about him because it's like
Geminis, y'all get a hard rep.
I don't know, but and she's like, oh my God, I don't know. But her other son is a Leo, and he is walking into his full Leo self at 10. And we're all cringing. Like he morphed. He turned 10 and he turned into a Leo. And he challenges everything. And the boy makes great sense. But like for me, I'll listen to him. We'll have this conversation, but his grandma be ready to wring his neck because he's like, but that doesn't make sense. What you're telling me does not make sense in the long run. And so he's constantly in trouble for that.
That is too funny.
Tu says that she is a Virgo, and we ain't compatible. we just ain't quitters. Stephanie says she stays away from Sagittarius in dating, but loves him. So why do you stay away from the Sagittarius man? Because I stay away from the Sagittarius man too. I'm a Sagittarius, but I stay away from the Sagittarius man. Now there's also these things. There's this rumor about like when I tell a guy I'm a Sagittarius, it is consistent if they're in tune with zodiac. They're like, oh, y'all are some freaks. Like I don't know where this comes from, but like no, like things like that just don't carry over from every person on the block.
So you're not a freak, is what you're saying?
My mama watching. She's not watching, but yeah, I do what I do.
Go, you can tell us.
Well, the fact that and don't judge me, but Beyonce's song Zodiac Sign keeps playing in my my head. These are the signs.
So this article I'm reading says that the most compatible sign for Leo is Sagittarius.
It can't be
Libra, Gemini,
be.
and Aries.
Really? So I knew Aries.
It says, because Leos tend to be demanding when it comes to love, these signs share their determination as well as their passion and deep appreciation for life. A lust for life, to be more specific.
What? See too. My grace cup is not full enough to deal with a Leo.
Your grace cup.
Wait, Stephanie, you keep giving me these one-liners. So Stephanie says she stays away from Sagittarius and dating, but love to hang out with them. And then I asked her why. She said they crazy, but how? Like what's that crazy?
Give an example of crazy.
Right. 2 says I think that's all Leos, but I also think the difference is your perspective. You know her differently than random Leos. Yeah. So he's talking about when you were talking about your best friend.
Yeah, I'm with or dating a Leo now, and I don't. I just really do. I think work well with Leos, but I don't. But I see what other people see. But I also
What's your sign?
Aquarius.
Okay.
I see what other people say about Leos, but I also tend to, I don't know, I guess gravitate towards the Leos.
You have a personality that you don't mind working with, collaborating, not always having to be out on the front end of things. Like you don't mind like saying, okay, give me these tasks and I don't mind. Leos are like, no, I'm this is the map.
This is how we're doing it.
This is the map we're going to use. We're not going to use your GPS. We're going to use this GPS because they're crazy. Y'all crazy.
Oh, but see, and then for me, if I was with that person, and I guess that's why I tend to, that doesn't bother me, because if that works, I'm going to go with what works. So if you use it, and though if it doesn't work, then I feel okay knowing that
she tried. I tried.
that I was gonna say something, but I let you do what you were gonna do, and
and that is a Leo hates that too. Like, I mean, we followed your plan. Remember, you made this plan, and
then I just roll with it. But it says that for Aquarius, my signs are Gemini and Libra. Now, my dad was a Libra, love Leo. And Geminis, I've never dated a Gemini. Are there any signs that you've actually never dated, so you just don't have a clue? And for me, I've never dated a Gemini to know one way or the other if that would be, even though everything I read always says Geminis are both the best, but
really.
But so Scorpios, I was married to a Scorpio. I don't know if I judge all Scorpios based on him, because I don't have any. I've never dated another one to see if there were comparisons. Do we look for comparisons in people based on their signs? Is that a bad thing to do?
Well, I think it's a good conversation. So I don't hold them to the standard, but I do want to know, like, when people ask me, when a guy asks me, well, what's your sign? And I say Sagittarius, and they go, oh, so what do you know? What's your experience about a Sagittarius? And then if I know anything about their sign, I'll share, or I'll get my Black Love Sign book and pull that out and read. And so the book is so good because it tells you like the male version of it.
I like that, the Black
female
sign
version of it. It's a really good.
Mark Quinn said he had the book too. So it sounds like, so Leos, since there's a lot of Leos out here, what signs do you all like? What signs do you know that you really do like? So Capricorn, I think it said, let's see, because I know Valencia, who is part of the he said she said team, is a Capricorn. So it's funny that you'll go to one sign and you would think when you go back to that sign for the other sign, they'd be on their list, but they're not.
Yeah.
I don't quite understand why that is. You would think if I went to a Gemini, it'd say Aquarius, but it doesn't. So and then there are some signs that it seems like don't even rarely get mentioned. So I do know that my oldest daughter is pregnant, and she is having an Aries.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. I went to her baby shower last week. There was no show because I was in Kansas, where she lives, at her baby shower. And her sister don't quite get along. Her sister all the time. Now that they're older, I guess it's starting to work out. But younger they didn't. And she's having the same sign as her sister.
Oh, that's payback.
And so I thought to myself, how is this going to work? Because you all were like oil and water growing up, and now you're about to have a little oil with your water.
Right.
So have you noticed? I mean, my children are all, I have, like I said, two Geminis, a girl and a boy. So they're very close, but it's somewhat different. So I don't know if the male and female version of Gemini is different. Their birthdays are 1 week apart. Then I have an Aries, which is another very confident sign, since they don't like ego. Even though I do think ego and confidence is somewhat different. Her ego is a very confident child, and and then I have a Cancer, which I just don't know much about.
So let's see. I finally found a page. So a Cancer says they're most compatible with Scorpios and Pisces. But they can be a bit jealous and often in need of attention. Scorpios can fit the bill for this.
Who needs a lot of attention? Which sign?
The Cancer.
Okay.
Yeah. So this one just tells us the compatibility of signs.
I think we're on the same one.
Mm-hmm.
So which ones don't get along? Let's see. Well, we'll find the least compatible signs as you look at the most compatible signs. So let me hear from the people who just don't believe in this whatsoever and say this is all. Valencia, I couldn't tell if you were for or against zodiac signs. Who doesn't believe in them whatsoever and thinks this is all stupid?
All stupid.
All stupid to even talk about what zodiac signs.
Like, no, I don't believe in horoscopes.
I don't believe in them. And
So yeah, with me, it says the same thing like you said: Leo, Aries, Aquarius, and Libra. Since Sagittariuses can get bored easily, which is true, and a lot faster than most, they are able to deliver and keep things nice and spicy.
Which sign is?
This is
This
for
yours.
the Sagittarius most compatible with Leo, Aries,
Most
Aquarius,
compatible with Leo.
Yeah, because they give us a run for our money. So we always know there's going to be something different, and we need.
So
the
maybe
challenge.
you need to start thinking outside of your anti-Leo.
I'm just gonna start looking at Aries, Aquarius, and Libras. Let me see what months. Let's see what's coming up, so I can start.
Aries are coming up.
Watch. Okay, so Aries.
They're next up.
All my Aries guy friends on Facebook. Check your DM. I'll be sliding through saying, happy birthday, big head.
How was your birthday?
Right.
Gemini, the opposite sign is Sagittarius, it says. That I don't know what an opposite sign is. I really would have to do my homework on this stuff. I will say.
Well, they're it's kind of like juxtaposed. They're polar opposite of each other. So you got December and then you got June, and so we're
okay.
like mirror reflections.
Well, Aquarius is the opposite of Leo, so maybe that's why Leo's opposite sign Aquarius isn't always a good match, because Leo might think Aquarius is too detached and airy. And that is what I hear about my sign all the time, that we're detached.
Really?
Detached and airy. And if I'm detached, I guess I don't know what I'm detached from.
Well, I mean, that means nothing really bothers you. So you're just like, oh, if it works,
things
great.
bother me. But yeah, I am detached. I guess I don't see it. I needed somebody else to give me an example.
I've not really. I've
detached
only
means.
seen Wanda. What? I've known you now for 3 years now.
3 years.
And I've only seen her upset maybe twice.
Oh, you see me upset.
But
you've heard
but
it
it's
on
like,
Facebook.
Yeah, but it's like after you.
Oh, I let it go.
Yeah, you're like, okay.
Yeah, but that's bad, because most people don't think I've let it go. I mean, I'll say what I want to say and I'm done with it.
You're done with it.
I'm done with it and I'm not mad
But that's
anymore.
your detachment.
Oh.
Because like I have a stubborn bug in me, so until I'm ready to let it go, then I go. It's just not like, okay, it's not worth even holding on to at all.
But people, because they are not, they're usually holding on to something that I don't even remember. And then they're mad. And I go, why they mad? And then I won't even remember.
Right.
So then okay, so maybe that's being detached. Yep. I learned something
So
new
Stephanie
today.
says that Sagittarius men live life on the edge. They would jump out of the plane with the string tied to their ankles. True story, Stephanie. I have what is it called? I can't think of it when you jump out the plane.
Not bungee.
Not bungee.
What do you call it when you jump out the plane?
What is it?
And died. I'm just saying, my mother and my father
did 40 years. So he's not parachuting when you jump out
right?
with the person attached to you. Skydiving. I've been skydiving before. So you're right. We will
Jump
but
out
that's
of a
the
plane.
adventure seeking. But like Sagittarius men are so freaking charismatic. They're easy to like and you get sucked in and they are they mean no good. Like they are evil people.
Evil
But they're
Sagittarius.
so likable and that's why you're always so by the time I figured out that my ex was cheating on me, like I was legit surprised, like, but he's how? Like, you do
How
all
you
these
didn't see
wonderful
it.
I did not
Is
see
there a
it.
sign that's more likely to be cheaters? I would like to hear that. Is there a sign that you think you haven't met one that isn't a cheater?
Is that Scorpio with yep. I've heard
Scorpios
I've
are
heard some foul
sneaky. To
things
me,
about
those are
Scorpios.
very sneaky people
Yeah.
too. Woo wee! If you were a Scorpio, sneaky, in my opinion, at least the ones I've met are gonna be the ones with some secrets. Secrets for you. They have some secrets going.
Mississippi Slab is hilarious. He says, "Hello, Wanda B. I learned the most important sign is stop, especially when you are being mistreated, disrespected, and lied to as adults. We know right from wrong. However, I do believe astrology is no coincidence."
That is funny. Yeah, that's a good sign is to always follow that one sign. If you don't follow any sign and listen to what the sign is, the stop sign is the most important sign.
Wow. So two says the signs earth, water, fire. Earth, boring, water, unfocused, fire, passionate. So which one am I to? I'm a Sagittarius.
I love that he
Am
knows
I
this stuff.
water?
I
I
don't know what
bet
I
I'm
am.
water.
I bet I'm
I bet
water.
I am water.
Help us out, y'all, with our zodiac sign knowledge.
Stephanie said the same thing about Gemini men. I mean Sagittarius men. That's why she doesn't fool with them. Man, I'm telling you, that was the best relationship. Like I can't even be this
But if
guy.
he cheated, is he the best relationship, or just how he treated you was?
How he treated me.
Okay.
Like he was the consummate gentleman and like he knew all the great things of how to treat a woman. And he was from the South. Like I can't even be this guy friend. And I'm friends with most of my exes. And I literally just stopped talking to him last year. Like I can't even be your friend because it was just toxic. Like I want to go back together with you again.
Oh,
and then
that's why it was toxic. It was he would draw you back
show
in.
your true Sagittarius self.
I want to. So let me look up. What is it? Aquarius. You're fire.
Wait, I'm bored. I'm passionate. I am passionate.
I gotta see which one I am. I don't know. What
two? Which one is Leo?
I must be air.
Leo must be passionate too.
Airy. I don't know.
You're like I can see myself.
What is Aquarius to sign? You tend to.
He knows
this.
Knows some stuff about some stuff. So one of the things I do want to have is I do want to get a reading done. And so and a lot of my friends are like, what? So there's this place in Hyde Park, right above the cigar spot. Me and my girlfriend, we call this lady every time we're in Hyde Park. And she's never there. And we're always like, look, we come for a reading, you're never at home. Sarah, that's her name. Miss Sarah. But Sarah's never there. But there's a lady that I follow now that I think I'm going to have do a reading just to see kind of.
So a reading is
it's some people call them psychics, some people call them readers. Just someone that's in tune spiritually that can pick up on what's happening, kind of pick up on your sign and things that you're attracting, things like that.
Stephanie is funny. She said they make you feel like you the only one until you find out you won in the million.
Right. I told you, like Stephanie, I was like, oh my God, he makes me feel like the best girlfriend ever. And he made all his girlfriends feel the same way. Like
you all agreed.
We all agreed that he was the best.
Then why not stay with him?
Yeah, that would be a no.
No, you can't say, you know what, because you feel good in it, does it matter if he has more?
See, that's a whole nother show. But I do watch Seeking Sister Wives. I'm gonna look up their signs. And there's a black couple on there. That's why I'm watching it this season. So if you're like into polyamorous or want to know, kind of figure it out, Seeking Sister Wives has a black couple that's from Atlanta, both last season and this season. And this season they finally have their sister wife. And so it's just random things that Nemia watches. You ever wonder what I'm watching randomly on a Sunday night?
If
Seeking Sister Wives.
you Aquarius is air and Leo is fire. Oh, you're both fire signs. So Sagittarius and Leo are fire signs.
So that is
just fire.
A California wildfire. Ebony says, no, not for me. I don't believe in horoscopes. Just knowing and understanding the heart of the person. Is that they're truly real. And she says, hey, Wanda B.
Hey, Ebony. You guys have to check out Ebony is on where is my mind? Making Waves with Miss Darcy, Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon on IntellectualRadio.com.
Stephanie, what's your sign?
Stephanie, what sign are you? I should know this and I don't. Stephanie's my makeup artist. She didn't do it today, so don't look at me and go, she don't look like she do good makeup.
But I brought my eyeshadow for us to play around with after.
Fun. But Stephanie is my MUA. So holla at her if you need some work done. What sign are you, Stephanie? So I like Leos. I think Leos are one of the funniest signs. If I had a male Leos, usually I've found to be very funny.
Yeah.
Very funny people. The women too, funny. And then let's see. But
I enjoy the conversations and the debates with Leos too. So I have a friend that's out of the country and we're always just sending each other messages like, so what do you think about that? And it's always the total opposite of how I see things. But they keep me on my toes. So
I like that too. Now Scorpio, I will say I just really sneaky is the only word that comes to mind. They're nice people, but just sneaky, just like cats.
See,
just sneaky.
Oh, I don't like cats either.
I don't like cats. They remind me of cats.
So cats are Scorpio
in my mind. I'm sure there's, but so signs would but I still would date a Scorpio, I guess. I have, let's put it that way. But I don't know. That would be.
Now I dated a Cancer, and no, I didn't.
No, you didn't.
His birthday is in May, so
May is Taurus.
He's a Taurus.
Or Gemini.
He's a Taurus.
My brother's a Taurus, bullheaded. If that is so indicative of that sign. But I love my little brother.
There's no changing his mind about life.
She's a Virgo. Stephanie is a Virgo.
So let's
It's interesting. You can find like your most positive things about signs and know people that only the most positive things of that sign is what you know about them. And then there's other people that the most negative things you know about that sign.
Right.
So maybe that's what it is. When you have all these things that make up that sign, you'll find that some people have all the other attributes than the other ones.
And we tend to remember those things that leave a lasting impression. So that's why I won't date a Sagittarius man. But she's most compatible with a Taurus and Capricorn. And according to 2, you're boring because you're Earth sign. Is Earth boring? I think Tucson told us Earth was boring.
Earth is boring?
I'd have to go back and read. Virgo is an Earth sign. It is important that they stick to other Earth signs like Taurus and Capricorn. Not only do they complement each other, but they share a practical approach to all that life has to offer. And honestly, practical and practical goes together like peanut butter and jelly. Peanut butter jelly time. So
Tucson said Virgo is freakiest of the zodiac, but only when they completely trust you. So that's why they holding it together. Now that comes out. Now you making it. Now you telling us why you all.
Let me find out about a Virgo.
Vicky said, "Hey Wanda, hey Nemia, I'm a Cancer. I don't run my life by zodiac signs, but there are definitely similarities in people of the same zodiac sign. And Cancers, the ones I know have been very good with money. Ooh, just very, very good with money. I don't know any And probably now would think as I say that some that may not be, but I do. I don't know about every sign unless I've had interaction,
Right.
and that's weird that you can only flow with certain signs. But I want to say that there really are only out of all the zodiac signs, certain ones that I really
like,
are around all the time, and ones that I have never even encountered.
Yeah, I'm
whatsoever.
always in a room full of Sagittarius, which is always hilarious to me. I'm and around Leos. Leos are always
fire, drawn to
around,
fire,
depleting my grace. But Cancers again are most compatible with Scorpios and Pisces.
Cancers are most compatible with Scorpios and Pisces. My other best friend is a Pisces, and I don't meet that many. I've never even met a Pisces man, I don't think, or know them. I mean, I guess when Facebook comes up and it shows their birthday, but that's one sign I've absolutely never dated. I've only dated a few people, so that really is going to take this whole conversation left. Probably 4 people ever, but and those signs are Libra, Leo, and I married a Scorpio, and so
okay. So we're in
couple
the throes
Libras.
of Pisces right now.
Right now
we're
is
wrapping up. Yes,
Pisces.
mighty Pisces.
Don't know them, but then and then you're going to your Aries, which you say you're going to make a attempt for Aries. Does
March
it say
21st,
Aries work for you?
I'm
what
looking.
were your signs? What were your
Aries was one of my signs.
So let me know if anybody would actually go after their sign. Like they tell you which sign is compatible for you and you actually decide to go after that sign.
Maybe I'm not gonna do that. So then maybe the next couple of months I'll only date people that it says no, but I'm not gonna do that.
That would be a fun experiment. It's not like you're gonna turn anybody away.
Right. But
that would be interesting. That would be our socialite. You're our socialite here for he said, she said, I say that all the time. But you do the most things probably in a week.
I do. And I'm like, wait a minute, where do I get the time? But I just started keeping a gratitude calendar. So now when I do stuff, I put it on the date that I do it.
Oh, that
and
must be
it's
fun.
actually fun to go back and be like, oh, I did do that. Because, you get down and you're like, oh, I ain't doing nothing. I'm bored. And you're like, wait a minute. I've been here. I did that. I saw this person. So, yeah.
That is funny. That I think that would be a fun experiment. And I'm surprised I don't have Zodiac dating sites. Like,
we should make
let's start one. Don't steal our idea. There should be a Zodiac dating site.
Zodiac love.
Zodiac love. And then people who are really into it can be compatible. But I do ask everyone's birthday for some reason, and I'll ask and not even know anything about it. I go, what sign? When is your birthday? I need to know that about people. I don't know why. And then after I ask them, I realize I know nothing about that.
What sign is that? Yeah. So I only know Leos are in August. So, and then I know
in July.
And then I know Sagittarius is in December.
I hope you know your own.
End of November. but now I will say I don't fool much with November Sagittariuses.
Women too?
Yes, they're mean. They are mean as heck. And then things lighten up in December.
Tucson said, I'm at not the other signs aren't. I can't read. My glasses. I can't see with my glasses on. Read that for me, please.
Susan says I'm at. Well, I'm not that the other signs aren't around. It's that the zodiac matters and y'all are attracted to similar energies. It's not that. That's what he meant. It's not that the other signs aren't around. It's just that your zodiac matters. So you connect, your energy draws into
those same signs that are compatible. Yep. And that must be true because I will say I'm rarely around any of the other signs. There are certain signs that I could say I've never met.
And you have like interests. So it makes sense that you would be around your compatible signs because you share kind of like interests.
But if I'm around a lot of Leos, and if I meet a woman and I really like her, I'll ask her sign, and usually it's a Leo.
What?
But we're opposites, it says. So.
Yeah.
That's interesting, but I don't know what the opposites mean. But Sagittarius, I've had really good friends that are Sagittarius. I can't say anything bad about a Sagittarius. So, what sign would I absolutely stay away from? I do believe I haven't met a Taurus. Watch somebody though will tell me they're a Taurus. I go see, but I don't know if I know any Taurus women that I've met that I won't say I don't like them. I don't know any really, know any on a personal basis whatsoever.
Yeah. So the one Taurus guy that I know on a personal level was very consistent, but like completely stubborn.
Vicky said all number two, all zodiac men lie.
Oh, she just said men lie. Period.
All men lie.
Is that what you're saying, Vicky? That all men lie?
Of any zodiac sign.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get into that.
What's
This whole
your sign?
show turned
You
into
lie.
something else.
What's your sign?
You lie. You a liar.
You a lie.
You a liar. Do I know any super honest signs? I don't know. I'd have to think about that.
Oh, Susan said he kicked it with a Cancer for a minute. She had him and her other real boyfriend tripping. Yep.
Now I will say the Leos I know have always, not more recently. I'm going to talk about past life here. I'm going to talk about not since my journey to wholeness me, because that's a whole different me. Now that I'm
pre-journey to wholeness.
Pre-journey to wholeness. Every Leo that used to always like to have a lot of people around them. There are people who have multiple
social,
lot of people. I make this joke about,
but they got a lot of personality too to give around.
Yes,
so.
Big personalities. And I would joke about my friend Kimberly that if she had a birthday party, every guy she ever dated would be in the room. I was like, why did you invite all of them? And they all would be there, and she would never. That would never faze her. And there's like little fights break, mad faces here and there, and she could care less, and they're all there.
And what's her sign? She's Leo.
Leo.
Yeah.
And
guilty.
Have them. You would do that too?
I've been to places where a couple exes were in the room, and it didn't bother me.
I couldn't do it.
But I'm still friends, like legit friends, not just smash buddies with my exes. So
not that we're not friends. I would be uncomfortable with having those. I would feel uncomfortable with them all being in the same room. Neither were friends.
Because I'm a Sagittarius. We're social butterflies.
That wouldn't even bother.
Like, oh, how's your mama them doing?
Gemini men and women, twin personality. Everybody's ganging up against the Geminis. Geminis, y'all may have to come out and come out for the Geminis. I ran into. I wonder if a relationship with a child sign with you and that sign is different in mating. Do you use the same as far as being compatible?
So which is why the book, I think when we were looking up just a second ago, I think there's a difference in romantic compatibility and then just being able to like personality traits that stem from the zodiac sign.
Tucson said, because we embrace love, y'all issues ain't ours. Shit, my daddy's girlfriends came to my mama's funeral.
Because your daddy was a Leo too.
Did he say his dad was a Leo?
Yes.
And his mother was a what?
Was the Sagittarius.
Oh,
see, grace.
That's my point. Don't have everybody there, and you're like, what in the world is going on here?
Mississippi Slab said, I use astrology to seduce women. The more I could tell them about themselves, the more they were likely to give me what I wanted. That is a way of looking at it. Like, it's kind of the thing when you tell somebody, oh, this is what I'm looking for, they'll conform to like what you tell them you're looking for in dating. So
nice traits, right? You don't go and say like, oh, y'all liars and then that woos them. It must be that you say all the like good things you know about that zodiac sign. What sign are you, Mississippi Slab? I need everybody.
What's your sign, Mississippi Slab? Let's see.
Hey, could you guess? Is anybody good at guessing people's signs, like meeting them and guessing what sign they are? Now, I've had that work where
really?
I go, okay, I know that they're this.
And then you find out like,
but,
I knew
but
it.
I've only been around certain signs. So
okay,
I can usually tell Leos because I go, what sign are you? I go, you're a Leo, aren't you? And they go, oh, an Aquarius. I can tell my own sign. Women and men too, because I don't get along with Aquarius men. I mean, we usually butt heads within moments of they'll say something and they can't stand me.
I did some work with a Sagittarius woman, and I was like, this is why I drive other people crazy, because she drove me crazy. And it's because, like, she had the burst of energy where she was excited about the project we were working on, and then it was like, pew, burst of energy, then pew.
It was gone.
Yeah.
That is so funny. So so I think it's funny.
Mississippi Slab is a Virgo.
A Virgo.
And we just said Virgos were compatible. Stephanie's a Virgo, right? To Taurus and Capricorns.
I haven't seen one sign that they say is compatible with their own sign. Is there any sign that's like that? Let me look real quick.
So the book that I do have, when they paired me with the Sagittarius, because as two says, we're both aloft. It was inevitable that we wouldn't like secure and lock down a relationship, because we are always kind of moving around, and
you're both fire. My is
Aquarius.
He puts down there which ones were fire, and I was air. I think I was air when he wrote it down there. I think this is so fascinating, and I can see why people study it, because it definitely is a fascinating thing.
Aquarius are compatible with Gemini, so there you go, Geminis and Libra.
And I have 2 children, like I said, that are Geminis, and I don't see anything wrong. But I do see a distinct difference, I believe, in the male and female version of Geminis. But and then so I just find this all so fascinating. So what about the cusp stuff? Does that matter? Like when your birthday is on the date that it switches, that if your birthday is on the 22nd,
March 20th, and then the 21st is a new sign.
Yeah. Do you take up a little bit of the traits of the sign before? If you're on the, is that what, I'm not even sure. I should look up what being on the cusp means, but I do believe that's what it means. So if you're a Sagittarius and you're December 21st, do you pick up a little Capricorn in there? And do you find that there are some that you don't like as much when they pick up, or does that even happen? You zodiac people who know more than us on this.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I wonder if that makes a difference. I will say I do think I've noticed August Leo men being different than July Leo men.
Really? Less ego or more?
They all have ego. Confidence. They want to use confidence. Big egos, very confident people. But I think there's a difference in ego and confidence. So I want to say that they have a both. Okay. You can tell the difference in them, I think. I have found that maybe the July one, sometimes you can use your confidence or they know how to work with their attributes a little bit more when they're in August than they do. July will lean on the worst.
Okay.
You use your talents of your personality for good, and you use those same talents for evil. Not evil, but just doesn't work well in relationships if you don't have a handle of how to use your strengths to the best of your ability.
Okay.
And they don't always tend, or at least in my experience with them.
Not in my experience. Mississippi Slab says, first of all, this name wears me out. Mississippi Slab with 2 eyes at the end says he would ask ladies for their birthday, then would immediately know how to treat them according to the sign. Don't judge. So so you treat according to your experience to the sign. You don't give them a chance.
I want to know which sign would you treat them badly based on what sign?
Yeah, I want to know how you treat a Sagittarius woman. Tell me.
I bet you he's saying, and I'm not going to say which sign, but there may be some signs you may have more likelihood of getting sex from them. This sign,
really,
you would some other sign, like they be easier, a little bit easier to.
So you
I'm guessing Mississippi. You
tell
fill
us,
us
tell
in.
us, tell us what you're doing out here, Mississippi, with two eyes at the end.
Cricket letter, I.
Mm-hmm.
So, Geminis might be attracted to the mental quickness of Virgos and the dreaminess of Pisces. These signs are not traditionally good astrological matches for the twins. Virgos might offer flighty Geminis some. Geminis, they're saying, are flighty. Is that what people don't like about Geminis? Twins are lighthearted. Gemini's opposite sign is Sagittarius. And while potential pairing between these two seems very, very interesting on the surface, things don't always work out so well. So don't get with the Gemini.
See?
Everybody's afraid of Geminis, though.
Everyone.
Everybody's afraid.
Everyone is.
I think Geminis need to get with Geminis.
Mississippi Jana says the same thing. Your name is wearing us out. Two says, think of how the seasons affect behavior. The zodiac is based on the Earth's revolution, so it's the concept of God. When you show up in that revolution, you pick up on that energy. And he says, Mississippi is right. If you understand that energy, you can manipulate it, which I totally agree.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So if you understand the
zodiac sign, their characteristic traits, their personality traits, then you can manipulate it to mean that you're invested, you're interested, whatever it is that they're looking for.
Ooh.
So to Mississippi, you got to tell us. I'm up to bat. What would you do with a Sagittarius woman?
I will go ahead. No judgment. We're not gonna judge you. We're just gonna laugh at it. We're gonna laugh at it. And everybody, I'll put it out there that Mississippi Slab is a comedian. So on top of that, so just be prepared.
Oh,
that
so he does
out.
it in a sweet, funny way. You think
charm?
Think he's charming and funny, and all the time he is using your zodiac sign as the playbook.
I really don't really know a lot. I may be the only person who, I don't know. There someone who doesn't really know a lot about their own zodiac sign. I mean, I can meet one and know that, but to really go, well, we're this and we're that, I don't really know enough. I'm going to go study my zodiac sign. It says, despite the aqua in its name, Aquarius is actually the last air sign of the zodiac. Aquarius is represented by the water bearer. I know that. The mystical healer who bestows water or life upon the land. Aquarius is the most humanitarian astrological sign. Well, who knew?
Who knew?
Who knew? But this is by Allure magazine, so I don't know. We're going to look at the sources. I wonder what is a good source for astrology. Do you guys have a source that you go to for
faithfully
astrology?
Like you, this is where you go? I mean, for me, I just look at the Essence magazine, the back, figure out what my zodiac sign is for the month. I do have an app that I started, and I couldn't find it today.
I have an app that I love, but my phone is being used for Facebook Live. But I have an app that I actually do like, and it does have the comparison chart that you can put in your sign and their sign, and it'll tell you whether you're compatible.
Yep.
And so I like reading that stuff, but I don't. I do like it. I do follow it, and I do feel that it has merit. And like Toussaint said, that if we go by just the science of it, it would make sense of the science, and things have to make sense for me. I don't know if that's for all Aquarius, but it has to be logical to some degree. Some makes sense.
Yeah.
So poor Geminis. I don't even have any Geminis watching. I don't think any Geminis have chimed in.
I think society has them pegged so bad that they don't even tell you anymore. Like, they'll just rather not say that they're a Gemini. Step in the room like, what's your sign? Nothing. I don't believe in. You must be a Gemini.
When they say they don't believe.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you say anything to someone, they're gonna go, "You crazy? You must be a Gemini," because that's the most thing. Or they're moody. They're probably the sign I've heard the most. No, this won't be the most negative, but that same common thread that they are super moody, and they definitely
don't know
twins.
what you're gonna get. Yep,
they definitely are twins. So it sounds like the people who actually study zodiac tend to use it. It helps them
for good, not so much evil. But yeah,
And it's gonna wind up being evil too.
right. It does get
Because if
used.
it's used for manipulation in a well, there's nothing wrong with doing that, right? Though, than using the information you know about someone, not to
To
get them
give
to do
them,
what you want,
but to
though,
give them what they want, or to give them what they
to
want.
give them what they want. That should be a good thing.
Yeah,
That should be part of it, like how love languages are set up. That's to know your
exactly.
zodiac would mean how you like to be loved, and I would
So
operate
it's
in
not
that
all
same vein.
bad.
And I will say that I do know that too about if I would say about Leos, what I do know about Leos is that they do need their egos fed. Now, and you
Yep.
can say that's not true. I'm not. I'm going to tell you if you say that's not true, Tucson, I'm going to tell you wrong because that is.
They do
I'm
need
not going to say you wrong, but I'm going to tell you that's my experience.
attaboy. Yep,
That has been my experience. That you need a lot of. They like that. They
they
like the
love it.
and keep people around them that do that. So that's my opinion.
He said they transactional. It's currency. Mississippi says Sagittarius and I can have great conversation and sex. Like I told you, there's this thing that they think Sagittarius has good sex. However, we don't complete or complement each other. I think that's what you were saying. Or complete.
Virgos
They
and
don't complete
Sagittarius,
each other.
they don't complete. Sagittarius and Virgo don't.
Yeah.
And I will say probably the least compatible sign I've probably if I've met someone and it didn't work out would be probably a Virgo.
Okay.
If I said in my back dating life back then that when it didn't work out and it didn't work out fast.
It was a
it
Virgo.
was
See?
a Virgo.
Two says he has no argument with you. That's true as hell. I know. He says I need to know the love is real. So he
And
wants to know.
I think I've that's what I've witnessed about Leo. But usually they give you reason to actually want to do it. I mean,
Yeah.
if from the ones that I know that or they need to be with people who really see that in them, or they're going to have issues that feed their ego. They need to be with people who have no problem doing that for
Right.
them.
Absolutely. So with me, with Leo, because as a Sagittarius, we can be a bit needier. Like when we want
Sagittarius
it,
is
when
needier.
we want it. Like when we want the attention, we want the attention at that time. And Leos are like, no,
They're not going because it's about them.
Yeah.
They're not going to give you. They're not going to be around really
I'll give you
needy
the
people.
attention when I want to give you the. And it's not so much needy, but like in the moment, if I want the attention or affection or to feel a certain kind of way, they're not looking to meet those demands. They're like, I'll give it to you when I feel like it. So if
you got to be with somebody
you're
who really
not on the chart
feels
today,
it.
yeah, if you're not
Who
on
really
the chart
feels
today to
it.
receive it, you're not gonna get it.
That's funny. That's funny. So a sign that I absolutely wouldn't. I'm going to say Aquarius man. I think we just really butt heads. Even now, there have been some people here at Intellectual Radio they'll go to sign, and I go to that we come up with a topic, and we're both like, oh, very stringent. I believe this, and boom, 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 and we're like really almost to the point of we're not backing down. And then I think to myself, he's probably an Aquarius, and then I think, do I do that? I must do that because I do recognize when I see something in someone else, I may have something. If it bothers me, I have
You're
to
like,
look
wait
at
a minute,
myself.
do I possess that?
Do I possess a little bit of that? That's why I don't like it. I'm a super analyzer of everything, and I do believe that's Aquarius trait. Maybe I do know more about Aquarius than I think if I just know
See?
me.
I think you do. I think you do.
I analyze everything. I don't know if other Aquarius. I don't know if there are other Aquarius on here, but I analyze every interaction. Well, now I try to tame that, but I'm definitely a super analyzer.
Mm.
You're listening to He Said, She Said on IntellectualRadio.com, and we've been talking about horoscopes. And this is brought to you by Allstate. Whether you need auto, home, or life insurance, I'd love for you to give Sal a call. Let him give you a quote for Allstate. The number is 708-599-5100. Tell Sal I sent you. We've been good friends for many years, and I trust he's someone that cares. You get in an accident, he's going to take care of everything, tell you what not to say this, take care of this. One of those people that really like help you,
Help
and
you
you
out.
feel Like, you're really in good hands. I do have to say that about them. The number is 708-599-5100. So, and wonderful bling. I'm wearing some bling now. If you want to make some side money and need a side hustle to help you, then you can sell jewelry as well as purchase jewelry. It's all $5. $5 holler, and go to wonderfulbling.com, or you can contact me about how to sell jewelry. So we've been talking about zodiac signs, and it's been kind of interesting. I think I've learned a lot. I've learned that I'm air. I didn't know that, or I didn't retain it. I wonder, do people actually have children? Like, make sure that they have children that are certain zodiac signs based on. There's probably people who are really into this.
Yeah, I'm sure that people plan like their procreation around like the zodiac sign. Interesting.
I've gone with. I have planned my children around seasons because I just like summer, and I never liked that my birthday was in winter.
Hate it.
So all my children's birthdays are April, May, June, July. I mean, I couldn't totally get it all right because some of them weren't playing, but
It's like, oh shoot.
but I tried to get them away from any cold month.
Well, what's funny is you have the most birthdays in October
Because of cold
because of New Year's.
New
Eve and New
Year's.
Year's Day.
Ah.
So those are
What
those
sign
of
is
you that
October?
are
Libras?
October. And I should know more about Libras because my dad, my sister, and my little brother are all Libras.
You got a lot of Libras. My
Mhm.
dad is a Libra. My mom is a Pisces. And my parents didn't stay married, but he's still married to a Pisces. So I don't know if that means that Pisces were actually a good thing or not. Let's see. What is October birthdays with the New Year's babies? What is October? October is Libra and Scorpio.
So they're all Libras. They're all, and my nephew. My dad and sister are October 4th. My brother is the 10th, and my nephew is the 16th.
So, Tucson, is there some zodiac sign that you would stay away from?
This
Did
is
he
why
say
we get along because I'm most compatible with
Libras?
Pisces.
Oh,
I mean
Pisces.
Libras. I'm sorry.
Libras. And
They're on my compatibility. I'm on their compatibility. So a Libra is most compatible with Leos and Sagittarius. These signs enjoy peaceful harmony that Libras can offer a romantic relationship with. However, Libra can also be compatible with with a fellow Libra. There you go. Making a beautiful and peaceful relationship. So a Libra with a Libra, or
the balance sign makes sense that they would have
Mhm.
to like to be together. Mississippi said, "Wanda B, you know me. What's your impression? I'm curious to know." I don't know. See, that what makes that hard is I don't know many Virgos men, so it would be that I only know you and one other one. So what would I compare you to? Are other
Right.
than being creative, almost anybody that I know are usually in the artsy type people, no matter what zodiac sign they were. They're all the comedians, artists. I was married to an artist,
Okay.
radio, all into artsy
Entertainment,
entertainment type things. And the two Virgos I know are both in the entertainment. So I don't know if that, or almost all the Virgos I know, maybe. Well, maybe that's anybody I know. It kind of being what I do and what I circulate around, what I do, communications. I don't know enough. I'm not the zodiac. This all came about because of our super producer Earl and Nemia, because Nemia posted this and she said, join the group on Facebook, and he responded Gemini, and then got a whole thing about how just Geminis and different they are, and how he never Gemini and he had never dated Gemini.
It took off like wildfire.
and so the conversation took off from there. Guys, I'm always looking for things to talk about, because after 3 years of doing this show, I was like, I can't remember what I talked about. I used to keep track of it written down,
We
but then
ran out.
we ran out of
stuff to say.
and so
Or to talk about.
So I would love your ideas, and please inbox me and send them in to Wanda B. Send them in of what your ideas are on topics, because I'm always looking for them. Jen, you're in a quiz, right? You said yes. I analyze. I do. I do feel like that may be a trait of other Aquariuses, and maybe the male Aquarius, because we're both analyzing and we don't agree in what is being analyzed. Maybe that's why we tend
Right.
to bump heads. And the only stalker I've ever had in my entire life was an Aquarius, which is another reason I got kind of scared off of any other Aquarius.
Like,
I'm
no
like,
thanks.
no, don't ever do that again.
Do not pass go. So you mentioned funny stuff that we post. Honey, Honest Ways posted in the group, which was the funniest post I think all week when he goes,
or she. I know when you're
goes,
looking at it so small on your
yeah.
phone. I think it's a man though. I'm not sure.
Guys, this habit of inviting a lady to spend the night at your place. What if she dies at night in your house? That is so funny to me because
Have you had that thought? Because I have.
I have. Well, I've had someone stay the night and I had to take them to the hospital. And it was like,
whoa.
yeah.
See, you did whip it on them.
So I mean, we're in a hospital. I'm like, so
why? Let's
like,
rewind. Why did he wind up in? Is it a he?
It was a he.
Why? I didn't know if it was like
he
a
ended
friend.
up having like this virus.
What you do to him?
So he had a virus, a bug or something,
Mhm.
and was like, my stomach hurts so bad, I can't. I was like, you'll be fine, just go to sleep. And he was like, no, I can't. I'm going to the hospital. So I was like, I guess we're going to the hospital. And then I was like, oh shit, we're going to the hospital. Like, this is a whole nother level.
No, if I take you to the hospital, we go together. I don't think you asked a random person to take you to the hospital. That's a go to the airport.
Well, I mean,
thing.
But I was left with like,
you didn't have a choice.
I just let him go, or do I dial 911 and then just call me and tell me what they're saying?
You'd be off the future girlfriend. In this, that's like one of those test moments that
I wasn't ready.
If I get sick and you don't go with me to the hospital, I think that you become off the list as a potential mate.
Well, I mean, I took him to the hospital, but then
you took him. That was nice.
I waited in the waiting room. He sent the nurse like, tell her to come back here, and I was like, no. I mean, call your people. I'll just sit. Just want to make sure you got
you have to be the take to the hospital person.
I don't want.
I'm gonna try my hardest not to like have something like happen.
Listen, I'm gonna muster up the energy to go to my mama or my daddy and let them take me to the hospital. I don't want you to take me to the hospital.
I don't think you should ask a random night over
hospital either.
Don't visit me, but I don't like visitors and I know people are being nice, but usually I'm not the cutest.
Unless and you naked. Like everybody in the hospital, like you're not.
Tucson said you broke his joint. Tell the truth. You say you're the freakiest sign. That's what they're going to tell how they been wound up in the hospital. Tell the truth, Nemi. You know that man didn't have no virus.
He had a virus.
That's all I got. Broke it.
But I was like, man, like call your mother, and he's like, yeah, I guess I need to call my mom and my dad. And then he was like, here, take my phone. No. But then he was like, no, give me my phone. I thought you would see it that way. Because, I mean, now I dated a guy who was in the hospital and he got caught all week. Like, all his girlfriends came to the hospital.
This sound Tucson style. What is this?
Well, I wonder what is his sign? He's a Leo.
Of course.
He's a Leo.
Anytime all your women show up, because they like to have everybody that love them around them. I swear they do. If any event, they're going to invite everybody they know and not think twice like about, if you love me, I need you around me if you love me. And you go, why is this person here?
Why stop instigating? You instigating stuff.
He was a Leo.
And that's how his true Leo ways came out. Everybody was at the hospital. And so she picked me out of a crowd and was like, I've never seen this face. So she started small talk with me, and I was like, oh, okay.
This was the same guy that you took to the hospital? Okay.
Yeah, no, it's totally different guy. And so because I'm a funeral director, I was like, well, I get access to the hospital after hours. So it's just a matter of being nice and being like, hey, I'm just getting off work, miss visiting hours. And he was like, how the heck are you getting up here after hours? Because I don't want to run into any more of your girlfriends. And so
they all were coming to check on.
They would sit. They were sitting like waiting each other out.
Like I'm the one.
Yes.
So whoever shows up at the hospital, and see, that's why I'm not taking you. You need to call somebody else. Because whoever shows up to the hospital is the one.
Yeah.
You do think that that's the one.
That is the one.
Because you don't have any woman just show up. But he, of course, being the Leo that he was, needed to have every woman that he knows come and see him.
Everybody. And even the guy I took to the hospital was a Leo. And he called everybody on his phone.
It's funny that you say Leo was a no-go for you. And everybody you mentioned now is a Leo.
Yeah. So he called everybody on his phone. I was like, I'm in the hospital. Like, he needed everyone.
He needed all of them to know and that attention.
He had people calling me early in the morning, like, sir,
he giving out your number to
yes, it's his daddy. Like, sir, he's not. Hey, I promise he's not on life support. You can call his phone. He has access to his cell phone. So it was weird.
So to me, that's like the airport. You don't call just anybody to take you to the airport, and you just don't have anyone take you to the hospital. But if you got sick in my house, I really would I guess I'd have to take you, and then I'd have to see it through.
Or see, so if I were him, I would have told me to drop me off at
home or
somebody else's
closer.
That's closer to me to drop them off. Like, but me, I was like, this is weird. And my friends all said the same thing. Like, y'all go together right now. I was like, no, we don't.
I think you go together. If you go to the hospital with them, or you come see them in the hospital, you go together. And then if you've even had someone show up and you go, why are they here? Because now you start to think, do they think they mean more? I mean, because you're not the one who's supposed to be at the hospital.
Exactly. So the very next day, I was like, I'm not going to the hospital. And then he was like, so what time are you going to stop by?
No. He may have really liked you, because maybe that was like, is that a sign? Is that a woman's sign?
Another crazy Leo.
So, Jen, I want to know why you said no to Leos. Or no, I need to know what sign you are. I want to know what sign you are, Jen. I think I know you're an Aquarius, but let me know. Mississippi said, name me out here wrecking manhood and treating them like Patti LaBelle.
I'm not.
Oh, yeah,
oh, how did it end this way? Right in the ER. There you go, sir. But, I mean, so, like, what would you... We live out loud. This is the Hunger Games. You can survive. Y'all do. So, I mean, what would you do? Like, if someone you're dating...
If someone you're dating got sick at your house.
Like, in real life, it does happen that way. We have several cases at the funeral home where the guy was at the girlfriend's house and fell dead, or at the side chick house and died at the side chick. Like, what do you do? Who do you call? Like, how do you...
what does a side chick do when he dies at your home?
She dials 911 and gets him out of her home and then never to be heard from again.
Is that how you drop them off and then you let them go?
Yeah. So there was this really bad accident on I-65 maybe 2 years ago. And the guy had told his wife he was going on a work conference and was with his mistress. And they were on the highway on the way back. And both of them died. And she cremated him out of vengefulness. But
the wife did.
The girl's family ended up having a regular funeral, but she didn't want to hear any more of the details. She was just like, no.
She's like, no funeral. You want to die this way? Here's your ashes.
Yeah, give your ashes to your mama. Matter of fact, he's at the park. No. Pick up what you can.
He's under the maple tree. She spread his ashes out in Lake Michigan. So if he dies at your
like, you don't have any information to give. Like, the guy, I knew his last name, but like, they were looking, and I felt kind of like,
I don't know his history,
because they were like, well, what about? And I was like,
does he have a history of hypertension? Or you like, I don't know his history like that.
Do they do drugs? I mean, he seems to be in a lot of pain, or is he just an emotional person? That I was like,
he eat? I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, sir, listen, this is we were
drop
just
him off
dating. I'm just merely bringing him here to the hospital. We're not in a relationship. And I had to even tell him that, like, you're making me feel bad. She was like, oh, okay, I get it. And so she was nice to me after that. But before, they were looking at me like, how you don't know your man? You're not mine.
He's not my man.
Where's your mama? And his mama kept saying, I'm on my way. And she never made it. She didn't make it. Like, ma'am, I'm counting on you. My mama one came.
That's funny. And now with locked phones, I mean, I wouldn't even be able to get in your phone and get to who I'm supposed to call.
Exactly.
So
I mean, do you give the person you give
me a code so you can call you? Yeah, that's a touchy situation. So call your friends though. Maybe you need to leave a note. Like if anybody and it goes to someone's house and you need to
If
leave
I
a
don't
note.
wake up in the morning,
Here's who you
who you
contact.
should contact. Like, because you think about it, you date people for a long time, and I don't know your mama number. Like, why would I have your mama's?
I wouldn't have your mother's
number.
or your next of kin. I wouldn't know any of their numbers. I may not even know your children's names and things like that. But what I think is, now you may have told your girlfriend this is where I'm going and this is the number, but he doesn't have her number to let her know that. So it still doesn't
We don't
all
even
work out.
exchange numbers anymore. So when all we had were house phones, it would be like, hey, I'm going to this house. Here's her number. Now I'm going.
You don't give their cell phone number out to a friend
because I don't need you to.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's weird.
that's awkward. So that
Fingerprint
lady who cremated her dude must have been a Virgo. Cold ass. Virgos are cold.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a very good word. I don't know about you, Mississippi. I don't know you well enough to say you cold, so don't take this personal. But the ones that I do know have been that would be a good word. They all have that similar
like a
trait.
no-go.
Nice friends, but still
cold.
A coldness, not a warm up to you kind of person. So we've been talking about zodiac signs here on Intellectual Radio, and what do signs actually matter when you're dating someone? Do you ask them their sign? And it seems like so many people are going to not give Gemini a chance. So sorry, Gemini. It sounds like
Gemini.
y'all are Geminis. Need to find other Geminis or Aquariuses, because they're saying that Aquariuses and Geminis are a match. I don't know if that to be true. Like I said, I do have Gemini children, and they're just Swedish, but I think all my children are sweet. So it's gonna be hard for me. I think my Geminis, my Aries, all of my babies. So I don't know anything else about the sign other than I would say Cancers are adorable,
Aww.
Aries are just as Swedish, and my Geminis are adorable. But
that's all she got.
That's all that I got. A lot of signs, but I got a lot of kids.
So you post the person's name, like if they hurt themselves, I got to take them to the hospital, post them on Facebook, and then somebody
you know this dude, come get him.
You know him. That's why I dropped them off.
Dude, he's at Rush.
Or go to their page, go to their Facebook page and post them, and they're like, homeboy is at Rush.
Well, see, I'm not putting it out there that I noticed. He's just gonna have to work it out himself. I'm gonna leave him with his phone. I'm just gonna ask him, can he get Uber? Where can I drop you off to? I'm not even taking you to the hospital. I'm hoping you can make it home.
Listen, and so again, going back to how we end up me taking him, because he was like, I'm gonna call the ambulance. I was like, nobody gets an ambulance anymore. Like, you're not dying. There's no blood. Like, you can just drive.
You were like trying to tell him how he can make it without you.
I don't know why I didn't say just
aloof. You're definitely aloof is definitely a good word.
I should have taken the initiative to be like, I'll get you an Uber.
You didn't think,
because I got to go to work in the morning.
I had time to sit at the hospital.
I'm trying to be sitting in the hospital.
I'm not taking.
Caesar, what's your sign?
Caesar, you're Virgo, aren't you? I think I know his. Stephanie, you're not cold. I will say that.
He is a Virgo. He says it.
Oh, he said that there. So
yeah.
You can't be going hard on Virgos now. I don't know enough. I don't know dating wise. So dating of this sign is probably different than knowing, right?
Too sad. Before I blow up my spot, I'm gonna let him die. I'm not gonna let him die, but I'm just gonna drop him off at the hospital without like a contact.
I do believe you got to be at a certain level to be the hospital contact. I'm not sitting in the hospital with you if it weren't. You'd have to be close to me.
You have to be close to me. You are your most vulnerable self in the hospital. You ain't got no drawers or bra under that hospital gown. If you wear a wig, your hair...
They've taken the wig off. They took it with you. Your hair is a braids and a stocking cap on top. And now he gets to see the
fade him out and be mad at to one side. Like, your breath stink because you ain't got up to brush your teeth or the toothpaste. You're not your best self. So no, don't come. Unless I tell you to come visit me, come visit me. But other than that, no, thank you.
Steezo, what sign, what zodiac sign is a no-go for you for Virgo? What zodiac sign? So far, Stephanie, who's a Virgo, she said
no to Sagittarius men.
No to Sagittarius. And I don't know if I even have. I wouldn't know one, but I would say I know my yeses. Like I said,
Right. I know my yeses.
I know my yeses. I don't know the no.
Well, I know my heart. Well,
You know a hard no, but
I
the
know my
no's are
nose,
not
but
the
I end up
nose.
still dealing with. Yeah, my nose really
I
are
don't think
not
your
my
nose are your nose.
I'm
think
just
you need.
aware, like I'm dealing with a crazy one.
I think you need to learn how to work with Leos because it sounds like Leos are drawn to you.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
and
I
you
just
need
know
to work
how
with
to
Leos. Hi, Tasha.
work
What
with them.
sign are you, Tasha? I want to know your zodiac sign and which zodiac sign would you absolutely not
Call
date
me
or one you
now for your
love.
free reading. I feel like Cleo right now. Call me now for
Call
your
me now. We're
free
going to
reading.
give readings. No, I know. I my best friend, so I go by their zodiac signs to know. Leo women love. Leo men I like. Then Pisces. My other best friend is a Pisces. Even though I don't meet any other Pisces but her, but I love
I
Pisces
only
and
know.
Leos.
Well, both my cousins are Pisces, and they're my favorite cousins
They're Pisces.
that are Pisces.
And then my
But
mom's a
one
Pisces.
is mean. That little one, the little cousin, she is mean.
So are Pisces mean? You're a Pisces? We were just talking about Pisces and you
Oh,
pop up being a Pisces,
Tasha.
Tasha. You mean I don't crazy eye women are no. Crazy eye women.
Crazy
Yeah.
eyes.
Do you know though somebody told me, and it is very true, that
Really?
you can look and see crazy. If you look at somebody's eyes, you can see crazy. And some men don't turn away. I looked at this guy and I said, "You don't see the crazy in her eye?" And as he was like trying to take her home, I was like,
Well, you
"Ooh,
know,
watch out."
so the one person that I've heard that about consistently is Erica Badu.
And what sign is she? Virgo?
I wonder, but like all the men that have been in her environment said, like, don't look in her eyes. And so she would have people that would avoid eye contact, but we know she has the ability to turn them out.
That is funny.
But what's crazy? I like,
but there are women, and I don't know if any one zodiac sign is attached to it, but she's a Pisces. She's a double Pisces with both sun and moon there. Whoever wrote this know a whole lot about her. She's a Pisces, they say. So
what's their characteristic? Oh,
so
pull that up.
The Pisces. Let's see. That is too funny. So Tasha, you say you're a Pisces. Let's see who you're most compatible with. Virgos are Taurus and Capricorn. I don't know any Taurus women.
They're compassionate, artistic, intuitive, gentle, wise, and musical. Their weakness is fearful, overly trusting, sad, desire to escape reality, can be a victim or a martyr. Pisces likes being alone, sleeping, music, romance, visual media, swimming, and spiritual things. That is Erica Badu all day. They dislike know-it-all, being criticized, the past coming back to haunt, and cruelty to any kind.
Oh, that's sweet. So, crazy eyes, I don't think has to go. It's some women though. You can look in their eyes. I don't know about men, but women, you look in their eye and go, okay, she.
They're most compatible with Taurus.
Pisces are most compatible with Taurus.
Mm-hmm.
So your sign it looks like the most that could be compatible with. Sagittarius is saying Leo, Aries, Aquarius, and Libra.
Tasha says she's the man whisperer.
The man whisperer.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay. Kara, what sign is he? Who we call the women whisperer. His birthday. I can't think. Oh, he's a Capricorn. His birthday just passed. I do remember that. If I remember, he and Valencia both.
Yeah, they are. They're right back
to back on birthdays. So, this has been funny. Funny how many Leos. When I say Leos, Pisces sounds like the founders of Crazy Eye. Ooh. Tasha said feminine. Yeah, I would say that about definitely. My mom's a Pisces. The Pisces women I know definitely are feminine, very girly girls. The ones that I know tend to be girly girls.
My two cousins are girly girls, but like I said, that little one,
Now my mama is kind of crazy though. I will say my mama got the crazy eye because she'll cut you. So, my mama will hurt you. You don't want to cross her. You don't want to cross my mama because she'll beat your ass.
Mhm.
So I will say that she does have the crazy eye. Okay.
Makes sense.
That makes sense. She's on the Erica Badu list of having a crazy eye. I go with that. I'm not. Let me stop talking about. I love Pisces. I don't think my best friend has crazy eye, but I don't date her. So I think when you have a different relationship with someone, you don't know them in a dating sense,
Right.
So I wouldn't know if she would or
If
would.
she's a crazy dater, Pisces or not.
Right. So y'all have been too funny. So I'm gonna do a matchmaking thing. Yes, we're savage too. Tasha, now that I'm going to know about a Pisces. The Pisces I know, well, now my mom don't play. Don't piss her off. Don't piss her off because she'll be the one that you'll get. Yeah, you'll feel the wrath. But so, but we're going to start dating for zodiac signs. We're gonna start our own
dating app. Where
dating
we just
app
match
where
and
it's
pair you up with your zodiac.
compatible zodiacs. Would it work? Probably wouldn't.
We won't know until we put it out.
won't know until
Somebody
we
will
try
bite it.
So Caesar said, I bet the lady who threw hot grits on Al Green was a Pisces. See, that's how my mother, that's the kind of angry she is. My mother is the kind of, I want to say, and I won't put her business out there, but I want to say she does some crazy stuff. She's just somebody you don't want to cross. We had to get the gun taken out of our house. We had to call the police to come get the gun because we thought she'd shoot somebody. So we were like,
she don't play no games.
She don't play games. You'll get shot type of anger. So you've been listening to He Said, She Said on Intellectual Radio. That we wanted a fun light show today.
Yes.
All the heavy topics of the world.
It's been heavy in the group. So come on in the group and get some of this heavy conversation. But we do have these fun moments like, what if they die? Why they spending the night?
Tasha said he deserved it. And most of them feel that way too. I'm gonna tell you about the Pisces when they do something to you. You gonna get the wrath of what they feel you deserve. They definitely pay back. They believe in that. So you've been listening to He Said, She Said on Intellectual Radio. Like, how can they reach you in dots?
I am Crooklyn_girl on Instagram and Nemia Ward on Facebook.
And we're going to Aries season, and so you can DM her.
I am going to Aries season, and I would like to see what my compatibility is, and so let me know.
But what topic came up in the group? I'm gonna make this quick because I know we're ending. But make sure that you don't
refer to me as a female.
That's unless you're really talking male
about gender, like male female comparison. But other than that, then science genetics.
So Aries, come on out. You know what? In fact, contact me and I'm gonna hook y'all up. I'm gonna make this sure y'all compatible because I'm my little sweet.
Contact Wanda.
My little sweet. I gotta protect little dot. So you guys, I'm looking for topics. Let me know on Wanda B or let Nemia know at Crooklyn_girl on Instagram. And He Said, She Said with Wanda B on Instagram. And let us know if you have any topics for us. Or if you'd like to come on the show, contact either of us. We'd like to have you on the show. We're always looking for some he's to add into the thank you everybody who chimed in. Tasha, Vicky, Mississippi Slab, Stephanie, Steezo, anybody names, help me throw out the names. I'm forgetting here.
We said Mississippi Slab,
Tasha, Vicky, Stephanie. And anybody else, the names keep scrolling and we can't, but thank you all for chiming in. Jana, we so appreciate all your comments and you adding to our conversation. I'm going to see you next Sunday, same time, same place here on IntellectualRadio.com at 2 p.m. next week, next Sunday. Give me some topics and come on the show with us. We'll see you next week. IntellectualRadio.com.
Keeping it real for real. Keeping it real with Wanda B. All inclusion, no confusion. But he said, she said, clearing up the drama with Wanda.
IntellectualRadio.com. Feed your brain.
Feed me now.
I'm starving.